Oh, I'd have to be twice as tall at least to be.
Hey, Afroundergrad, how are you
Yes, I'd
guys
have to be
doing?
twice as
Though
tall
right
at
here at
least to
Afroundergrad,
be
our channel is committed to giving you the
twice
best
as
life on campus. Campus life can
Oh,
be
I'd
very,
have to
very
be
challenging
twice
if you don't
as
know how to
wide at
go
least to
about
be
things. So as long as you
aware.
stick with us, we're here
Yes,
for you
I'd
and we'll
have to
continue
be
being here
twice
for you
as
to ensure
wide
that
at
you
least to
move to
be
campus with your best foot and thriving through campus with your head high. Stay tuned to our content and we hope that this episode of our content would be very, very useful to you as you take out 10 minutes out of your time to enjoy this video.
Yes, I'd have to be twice as tall at
Hey,
least to
hey,
be
alright, guys. So, we're going to be talking about
aware.
how to make the most of your academics on campus. Of the
Oh,
truth,
I'd have to
you,
be
without being
twice
told, you
as
should already know
wide at
that
least to
being on
be
the campus, being within the four walls of that
aware.
institution, that
Yes,
university,
I'd
that
have to be
polytechnic,
twice
that
as
higher
wide at
institution, the
least to
main purpose of you coming into that
be
campus is for your academics, is for education. Education has become a very, very important tool in our society, in the global community today, that it cannot be overemphasized. The need for education, the need for academics, the need for people to become qualified, to become leaders, people who are entrusted with taking care of the affairs of, different institutions and different parastatals and different mountains of influence. You need that educational background, you need that academic, pedigree and progress. So our own Barack Obama said, let's say I paraphrase, that in a global, economy where the most important thing for you to sell is education, that, education is no longer the pathway to opportunity. It is actually a prerequisite. So education is key, education is important. Without much ado, let's skip to the very first thing that you need to know to make the most of your academics on campus. Yeah, so the very first point or the very first thing that you need to know is that academics is top priority. In a recent statistics, a recent study by Grad Nations projects that the United States is on track to reaching 90% of graduation rates in the year 2020. And even with the whole pandemic and everything, you can see the importance of, education. Everything that you're doing within the four walls of the institution should actually be aiding you to be the most or become the best in your academics. And tell yourself, I'm here for academics. I'm here because I am ready to push my life into the next phase, into a better ground. Even from your institution, you'll see your vice chancellors, your registrars, your what distinguishes all of these people from the other persons, their qualification academically. So when you're in the four walls of that institution, you have to just put it at the back of your mind that academics is top priority for you. Yeah, so the second point to making the most of your academics on campus is to schedule your activities. Scheduling of your activities is very important. One thing you can never get back is time. You can always make money, but you can never make time. You can always acquire wealth, but you can never acquire time. You can only lose time. There's this wise quote, by a wise man that says that don't be fooled by the calendar. There are just as many days in the calendar as you make use of. One man can make a week's value out of a year, while another man can make a year's value out of a week. It all depends on how well you manage your time. Time management is key, and that's where scheduling of your activity comes into play. Everything that you do within the four walls of the institution should be, tied down to time. There should be a time for everything. There should be time where you're doing your academic activities. There should be a time for leisure. There should be a time for religion. There should be a time for everything that is necessary for you to grow academically on campus. Always at every point in time, look at your calendar and say to yourself, okay, what am I supposed to be doing now? So you don't just procrastinate and just waste time and just go about doing the things that your lazy self might just feel that you should be doing at this particular point in time. And ensure that you set targets, set daily goals, set weekly goals, set short-term goals, and ensure that you meet those targets, of what you're meant to be doing at every time. The third point is to make the most of your lectures. Statistics have shown that over 70% of people who perform well academically on campus are people who make the most of their lectures. There are people who are punctual to lectures, who are attentive, who take notes and then expand on those notes. There are people who ask questions when they don't understand what is being a particular concept that is being explained, and all of those things. You paid for those lectures. Part of the reason why you pay tuition is for lectures. So you don't have to be shy. You don't have to feel like I'm bothering anybody. You have to get full value, full and complete value for your money. Any notes that you've taken from lectures within the space of 24 hours, read them up so that it sinks in, and then you have the full and a broader knowledge. If the knowledge is not enough for you, you make research, expand on those notes, get relevant materials to expand on those notes. By all means, make the most of lectures. There was this guy way back in our university days, and most times when it's lecture time, they don't show up, or even when they manage to show up, they don't do what they need to do. They're just doing their thing, pressing their phones, and maybe talking, making fun of the lecturer and all of that. And before it was the second year, they had loads of carryover. Two of them had to withdraw out of the school, and the funny thing is, one out of the three guys had a rich dad who flew him abroad and probably is living well now. So it shows the importance of paying attention and making the most of lectures. Sometimes the little notes that you take from lectures will help you in your personal study. It will help you even to understand the concept. It might even give you a trick or a link to where the questions are going to come out from during the examinations. So our fourth point is to take personal studying seriously. Taking personal studying seriously is very, very important to your overall performance in the university. Another study, shows that a high percentage of people who become very, very successful in their academics are people who put the extra work in their studying, in their personal study. That's where the dirty work happens. That's where the real exercise happens. Practice makes perfect. So how much you thrive in your personal studying would actually go a long way in your overall result. Put very high priority in your personal studying. In fact, there are some persons who with just personal studying, they're good to go. So don't just think, okay, if I go to lectures and I take notes and that's good. No, stick to your schedule of activities and ensure that everything that you need to know while you're studying personally, all the materials that you need are properly put in place. Get a tutor if necessary. Join a study group or have a study partner, someone who has that drive like you to succeed. Have your academic clique. Look for the people who are smarter, who are more brilliant than you, who understand all of the concept better than you, so that they will explain it for you even much more better. So the next point is to eat, exercise, and rest properly. Like, these three things can never be overemphasized, and that's when scheduling of activity comes into place. You have to know when to read, to work. You have to be able to know how to ratio between work and rest. If you work maybe probably 25 minutes, you rest 5 minutes. Take short breaks in between your work period to help you to unwind and to refresh yourself while you're working. So eating is very, very important to your productivity. If you check research, you'll see the importance of eating. As a student, eat strategically, eat food, nutrients that are good for your productivity, nutrients that are brain boosters. Eat protein, eat grains, eat omega-3 fatty acid, eat roasted beef, the kind of nutrients that you need as a student. Eat on time, don't eat junks, take enough water, stay hydrated. So be careful about caffeine. Eat breakfast every day except for days when you're probably fasting. Eat enough fibers and exercise. Psychologists have said, based on studies, that they help build your immune system and help your overall productivity. The neurons that are connected to your brain, they help to become more active when you exercise them. So take out 30 minutes, an hour every day to engage in sports, engage in something that refreshes you. All work and no play doesn't work very well for anybody. Studies have shown that low intensive aerobic exercises are way better than high intensity aerobic exercise. Putting effort to, taking a walk, a little stretch, a little sit up, a little, all of those things. And the 6 points is to prepare to ace that test. The best time to start is now. There's no need to procrastinate. The very first day you step into, that semester is the best time to start preparing for your exam. You don't have to wait till like it's a week or a month before exam before you, start preparation. So focus on starting now. Add those little breaks upon the little break. The little work that you do bit by bit will end up accumulating for you to have that grand success that you looking out for, that you're hoping to achieve. Start now. Revise all of your summaries. Start crossing the T's and dotting the I's, and ensuring that everything that you need to do to ace, to pass that exam and that test, it's been done. Prepare to ace that test. If you've done everything from the very first point to now, it won't even put you through any stress to ace that test or to pass that exam. Hey, so thank you so much for watching this video. We're really happy to be on this new episode of our content with you, and we're glad that you're making progress and you're becoming more and more of who you're meant to be on campus. We love you. Show us a little bit of love by liking this video, subscribing to our channel, and also share, comment, every other point that you think needs to be added to this video. Put it in the comment section so that we'll get more points, so that other people will benefit from your own knowledge, from your own perspective. We are glad and we're happy that this video is of help to you, and we'll pray that you will become everything you're meant to be on campus and after. Stay blessed, enjoy your day, and have a wonderful life on campus. Thank you.